The Gemara says, as brought in the Passover Haggadah, Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah said, "Behold, I am like a man of 70 years, yet I never merited that the exodus from Egypt should be mentioned at night until Ben Zoma interpreted it." What is the meaning of these words? Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah was holy of holies. Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah was a descendant, a grandson of King David, from the tribe of Judah, a grandson of Hillel the elder. He came from a distinguished family from the tribe of Judah. This was Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah. He was extremely wealthy. The Gemara tells that he had tremendous wealth, and on the other hand, he was an outstanding Torah scholar, and he was only 18 years old when he became the Nasi, leader of the people of Israel. At that time, it was a difficult period. Every time in history, there is a period of generational change, a time when generations shift, the world goes through crises. Whenever there is a generational shift and a decline or change in generations, the world experiences major crises at that time. Everyone is familiar with the Gemara, which tells that Rabban Gamliel had a guard at the entrance to the study hall, and anyone who wanted to enter would be checked by him to see if his inside was like his outside, if his inner character matched his outward appearance. And that's what he did. That's how he behaved. That's what Rabban Gamliel did. And the Gemara says that Rabban Gamliel was harsh with Rabbi Yehoshua and humiliated him several times. So the sages decided to remove Rabban Gamliel from being the leader of the people of Israel. They removed him. And at that time, when they removed him, they were afraid, who would we appoint? Rabban Gamliel took offense. When a righteous person takes offense, that offense can last a year, 5 years, 10 years. In the end, it takes effect. That's when the curse is fulfilled. So what did they do? They said, who should we pick? They said, let's choose Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah. Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah has ancestral merit. He is also a Torah scholar. He is also wealthy. He is everything. Let us appoint Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah. Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah was only 18 years old, and it is written in the Rama of Pano that he had the soul of Samuel the prophet. He had the soul of Samuel the prophet. Samuel the prophet passed away at the age of 52, and Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah stands and says, "Behold, I am like a man of 70 years. He was 18 years old, but he was like 70. The 52 years that Samuel the prophet lived, together with his own 18 years, made him like a man of 70. And I never merited that the exodus from Egypt should be mentioned at night." What does it mean? I never merited that the exodus from Egypt should be mentioned at night. What is the meaning of I never merited that the exodus from Egypt should be mentioned at night? What does it mean? Until Ben Zoma interpreted it. And what does Ben Zoma interpret and say? What about Ben Zoma? So that you may remember.
To be worthy of the exodus from Egypt all your life, both in this world and the world to come.
The sages say the days of your life refers to this world.
Life's days are world to come.
The world to come. And this is a deep dispute. Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah says this is something that is very frightening. Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah says that he was not privileged to say, he was not privileged. Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah said, "Behold, I am like a man of 70 years, yet I was not privileged that the exodus from Egypt should be mentioned at night." What does it mean? I was not privileged that the exodus from Egypt should be mentioned at night. What is night and what is day? Day is when things are good for a person. When things are good for someone, he has day, he experiences only day. Just like, we have 3 prayers, Shacharit, Mincha, and Arvit. Shacharit was instituted by our forefather Abraham. Abraham, our forefather, his whole life was good. Abraham, our forefather, lived 175 years. He had children. God blessed Abraham with everything. Abraham, our forefather, had a good life. Abraham, our forefather, instituted the Shacharit prayer when things are good for a person. Isaac, our forefather, had a life. He was blind. There was Esau. There were problems. In his life, he instituted Mincha, which was intermediate. Jacob, our forefather, instituted the Arvit evening prayer. His whole life was filled with hardship. Esau pursued him. Laban deceived him. Eliphaz took from him. His wife Rachel died. Joseph was taken. Dinah was violated. All the troubles, Jacob, our forefather, his whole life, and Jacob lived. The only time Jacob, our forefather, truly lived was the 18 years he was with Joseph the righteous. The entire life of Jacob, our forefather, was those 18 years. So Jacob, our forefather, instituted the Arvit evening prayer. It was out of sorrow. Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah says, "Behold, I am like a man of 70 years." Those are his words. "Behold, I am like a man of 70 years," says Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah. "I have reached 70 facets of the Torah. I already have 70. I know the entire Torah, but I still cannot understand how I can accept the bad just as I accept the good. I was not privileged that the Exodus from Egypt should be mentioned at night." What is the Exodus from Egypt? What is the Exodus from Egypt? The Exodus from Egypt is, so to speak, salvation, redemption, leaving Egypt, coming out of distress, coming out of problems. Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah says, "I am 70 years old. I have reached all 70 levels of the Torah. I am great in Torah. I understand everything, but I cannot live. I cannot understand how at night I can mention the Exodus from Egypt." A person is in trouble, a person is in distress, a person is in debt, a person is in difficulties. He says, "How will I experience a miracle?" Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah says, "I am fine, I believe, but I could not see the Exodus from Egypt at night. I did not know, I could not understand this until Ben Zoma interpreted it." Who is Ben Zoma? Ben Zoma was a Tana who was one of the four who entered the Pardes, together with Rabbi Akiva, Ben Azai, Ben Zoma, and among the four who entered the Pardes. He didn't even merit to be appointed as a rabbi. Someone who is called rabbi is a sign that he was ordained. He had a certificate, he was ordained to be a rabbi. He wasn't even ordained to be called Rabbi Ben Zoma. They didn't even call him Rav like Shmuel, who was ordained as a rabbi. He wasn't even ordained to be a rabbi. He was an unusual person, he was not a conventional person. And this Ben Zoma, who was an unconventional person, but even if someone is unconventional, if he did not merit to be called rabbi, they called him as they would call any person. Yaakov, Moshe, David, they didn't even call him rabbi, nothing. He was, so to speak, a great man, a holy man, an elevated person, but he did not merit anything conventional. But God gave him an illumination so that he would reveal this innovation in the Torah, that even at night a person, even at night, would see the miracle. God gave him this power to introduce this new idea into the world. And Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah says, "Ben Zoma gave me the strength to understand that even in darkness and even at night, a person must believe in the Holy One, blessed be He, and see the miracle, the Exodus from Egypt, even in the midst of the night."